Hey everybody, it's Cheyenne here with Coos County Entrepreneurs, and I have some lovely guests today joining me. We have
Andrea and McCann.
Richard McCann.
and they are with Made in the Shade, and also Alpha Dog
Home Solutions.
Home Solutions, yes. And they have graciously agreed to letting me interview them today. Basically tortured. No, I'm just kidding. They won't be torturers. Alrighty, so tell us a little bit about yourselves.
So we started a business approximately 3 years ago.
Well, we established in 2018, opened our doors in 2019.
Yeah, with Made in Shade, which is our window treatment business. We started Alpha Dog as kind of a way to help get by until Made in Shade got going. But that one actually ended up being the bigger of the two businesses and kind of kept us going. It was really actually just supposed to be a part-time thing.
Oh wow.
Kind of took off.
Yeah. People do need construction work though,
Right.
that's for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so what inspired you guys to want to open a business and be self-employed?
We had wanted to do our own thing for a long time. You know, part of it was the ability to create jobs in the communities that we're in, and you know, giving back to the community was the other, because it would kind of lend itself as a vehicle to make money, so we could donate to things or you know, lend our time to these. You know, we'd have the schedule flexibility to do that.
Yeah.
That, and for me also, I worked for a company for 16 years for the same two owners, great owners, and then they sold the business, and the new owner wasn't that great, and I wanted to find a way to provide employment for people that could be comfortable and empowered. So that's my goal.
Yeah, I love that. Cool. And so you guys did just recently move here, right? You're from Willamette Valley?
Correct.
Yeah. What inspired you guys to come over this way?
Well, we had planned on buying a company down here,
Oh.
and part of that was we were to get our house on the market and sell it prior to the purchase. And we did that, and we had already bought a house down here, and that fell through. So now we have to start over,
Yeah.
basically all down here. So that's what we're doing now, is starting over.
But it's a nice change. I've lived in the valley my whole life. I was ready to get out of it. I always liked the coast, so this is a good place to be.
Yes. I know, I'm born and raised, and I've left a few times, but every time I went to a bigger city or somewhere else, I always end up coming back. So what challenges have you guys had to overcome in the last few years with your business?
Well, one of them was, you know, definitely the move and completely starting over pretty much, you know, from scratch. You know, we had the businesses going, but it's a whole new market. You know, we got to build all the relationships again, and we meet new people, and find new clients. And the other was trying to grow too fast. I think we had big dreams, and kind of let that get in our head, and then we decided, you know, we need this shop, and we got to have all these people, and you know, with that comes the overhead.
Yeah.
That they can catch up to you quick. So it's definitely a struggle. And then yeah, the move was the big one probably.
Yeah. So, speaking of like starting over, what kind of advertising do you guys do now, or any techniques you use now that are more effective, or?
Effective? Well, I've sent out mailers, so the EDDM mailers that go out to certain areas, and I've gotten a few calls from that. Not every sale, of course. We have door hangers to put out, and Facebook. We had lead generations, like at the time it was Home Advisor, now it's Angie, but we aren't with them right now. That might be an avenue we take on again, and we're also trying to get out in the community and make ourselves visible, which is kind of a struggle because we've been going back and forth with the two companies, and it's been hard to get out down here. So now that we've shifted everything down here, we will have more time to do that.
Yeah, well, and I always see you guys at the chamber function, so that's great. I feel a little naive, but gosh, I just got really introduced to the chamber and kind of their meetings and stuff within the last few years, and it's such a great resource for people and getting everybody together. It's awesome. Yeah. Okay. So what is unique about your guys' businesses, I guess I should say?
Yeah, and that's pretty much what's unique, is because it is two businesses that complement each other fairly well. You know, the window treatment side of stuff, and then the construction side, which we had actually focused on windows and doors for a long time. You know, now we're trying to grow it to where it's a little more encompassing of everything we do: kitchen, bathroom, remodel, and you know, general home repair, and you know, just more general. You know, when we were bigger and had some more people up there, the windows and doors made sense. We could focus. But you know, with moving and starting over, it made sense to have a larger offering than what we were doing. So, you know, it becomes unique because we can go into a house for window treatments, but then we can solve a lot of the clients' other problems as well. And because we do such a wide range of things.
Yeah, kind of kill two birds with one stone, huh? So what do you guys enjoy the most about being self-employed and, you know, running your own business and what you have to offer?
Well, I'd say it's the freedom scheduling. You know, because we're part of the Oregon Bay Area Reunification Group as well. So when those events are happening, we don't have to worry about our work schedule because, you know, we make the schedule. So more often than not, we can make ourselves available, you know, for the community functions.
Yeah. Nice. Alright. So is there anything you would do differently, kind of being, we're 3 years into it now, kind of from when you first started to now being here? Is there anything you would have done differently as a new company, or?
I would say investigate more with other entrepreneurs because, you know, we kind of went into it green. I mean, we had our backgrounds, you know, him construction, my love for remodeling and all that, and administrative work, but it's a whole different ballgame when you're responsible for everything. You know, you don't go to a job that, you know, somebody else is responsible for your scheduling. We are now that person, so it's a little different, and you know, it's a different world out there when you're on your own.
Yeah, you wear all the hats. You have to put out all the fires. It's all your problem at that point.
Yeah, I know, and it's so I got my business degree, right, which is kind of what sparked my love for small businesses, because I learned that there's so much behind the scenes, and yeah, you can go to, you know, some big corporate company and get a better deal, but you know, when you're buying from small businesses, they might be a little bit more expensive, but there's a reason for that, because there's a lot behind the scenes that you guys do have to handle your own bookkeeping, marketing, advertising, planning, you know, everything. And so I think it's important for people to know that and to know everything that goes on behind the scenes, so they can, I think, appreciate it more instead of going to like Fred Meyer's or Walmart and, oh, you save money. It's like, yeah, you save money, but sometimes it's better quality.
Right.
And the bigger companies have larger buying power too.
Yeah.
And, you know, they can line up several jobs and buy something in bulk when we're lining up onesie twosies and we have to buy in smaller proportions, which costs more.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely. And so we spoke a little bit about it. So what kind of products do you have for Made in the Shade? I know I've seen a little bit on the website, like the drapes. Do you want to talk a little bit about the different products?
So, Made in the Shade does blinds, shades, shutters, drapes. We offer pillows, we offer rugs. I tend to stay away from the rugs because you can go down to Home Depot and find basically the same thing for a lot cheaper because they have that buying power.
Right.
And I like to concentrate on the window treatments and be able to go in and help the person with the design portion of the home, because a lot of people know they want something but don't know exactly what they want.
Yeah.
And to get an idea of how they decorate and, you know, their personality, it kind of helps in getting them set up with something that they really love instead of just tolerating.
Yeah. Yeah. I gotta tell you, oh man, I've gone through so many darn curtains and well, not blinds, no, but just curtains and drapes. And every time I get them, I think, oh, you know, this is a nice color. I might like this. And I get it in my house and I'm like, oh my God, what was I thinking? So I eventually will be going that route and probably you come out and help me, because we have so many dark windows too. It's a nightmare, but yeah, I think that's,
I'd be happy to help.
yeah.
And that's one of the things with Made in the Shade is because we bring everything to the house, we've got the samples, you can see it with your furniture, your floors, your wall counters, you know, things like that.
Yeah, I think that's
Hold it up, see
huge.
next to your trim, you know.
Right.
Yeah,
See if it goes with your floor, because, you know, you want to kind of stay within the permanent structures. Like if you have a brick fireplace or something, you want to kind of go with those things that are permanent and it'll go complement it instead of, well, you can change your paint tomorrow, you know, so you want to be able to complement the main things that are going to be there for a while.
yeah, no, that makes sense. Wow. Never thought of it like that. I always just bought what I thought was pretty.
Yeah.
But it didn't work.
Didn't work there.
And so what about Alpha Dog? What kind of service do you do, like everything, or?
For the most part, we do just about everything. We don't really take on big jobs like painting full roofs, you know, major remodels where it's huge additions, new builds. We're more of the smaller remodel, kitchen, bath, where it's not necessarily structural, you know, and repair, maintenance kind of a thing.
Okay.
That's
We can do some structural things within that box, but not the major structural stuff. And then we also can't do, we can't move plumbing, but we can change out fixtures.
Okay.
We could place your new surround, new shower pan, you know, those kind of things, but we can't change anything within the walls.
Okay.
And then electrical is the same thing, you know, we can switch out a light fixture, we can switch out a plug, you know, a switch, whatever, but we can't move anything within the walls.
Yeah.
Because that takes a different
and adding new
license.
circuits.
Yeah. Alrighty. And then do you guys plan on expanding the business more? I mean, well, obviously now since we're kind of starting over, you plan on expanding, and do you have any goals you would like to reach within the next couple of years or this coming year?
So I'm already working on something myself. I have a shirt business that I'm kind of going towards. It's Leo Terry's Creations. It's not completely out there yet, but
Oh, you will sneak in here.
Yeah. So I for I'm probably saying it wrong. Melosa Racing.
So,
Meloso Racing, yeah. I'm gonna be doing their sweatshirts and t-shirts for their team, so.
Oh, nice, nice, cool.
Yeah, we're just getting into the t-shirt promotional product kind of we figure that we've got these other businesses, but you can really only employ so much with that one. But with this one, we can kind of make it more where people can get more involved with it. Construction is one of those, you'll have one or two people that really know what they're doing. It's really hard to have a larger company with that in a small community.
Yeah.
Because it takes years of training and doing to really get into that kind of thing. Window treatments, you have one or two guys that might install. Whereas with the promotional business and the t-shirts and things like that, we can have more people doing each kind of there's several different stations within that. You do print and art design, and especially with SWAC, we can have them help out with graphic design and get their students some stuff for their profiles. So when they go out on their own, they've got some experience.
Yeah.
And that's kind of where we're heading with that. And also, that would help give back to the community, where we can make more funds to donate to some of the local charities.
Oh.
Become more involved with that kind of thing. We're really into animals, so
Very
we like
much
to support those kind of things. Yeah, actually our logo is two of the dogs that we've got.
Yeah.
So.
And so you guys are really into giving back and donations, it sounds like. What kind of sparked that? Is there any background to that, or?
Well, we're always wanting to help out. I mean, our big thing is animals, but we have helped out, I don't know if you've ever heard of them, but Furniture Share, they're in Albany, and they pretty much help, their logo is Beds for Kids. So they take in donations of furniture and, other things to help the families that, like a kid that's sleeping on the floor, get a bed to them and what have you, but yeah. So we've helped out with that, and Safe Haven, which is the rescue there in Tangent.
Yeah.
So, those are the kind of things that we like to get involved with.
I love
And
that.
yeah, and God willing someday, hopefully we can have a shelter rescue kind of thing down here. That would be the ultimate goal, but it's probably ways down the road.
Yeah, and gosh, I've noticed, and honestly, the last couple of months, we really need that down here. There's so many animals and just kitties or dogs that really kind of need something different than what we have. I mean, I know the resources that we have here are doing the best that they can, but they're tapped out.
Mm-hmm.
I had, it was a mama cat kept having babies around my home, and the kittens, they were just the cutest darn thing, but they were playing in the street and running out, and cars fly down my road. And so I called Focus, and thankfully Focus came out, but she was telling me how many kittens and puppies they get, and they get calls to go to homes of people not fixing their animals, so they multiply and multiply, and their resources are just so tapped. It's kind of sad.
Yeah.
Yeah, and education is a huge thing with that. People don't realize that. I think how fast animals do, multiply.
Yeah.
Yeah, she told me if we didn't catch the mama and the babies, because they were all girls, right? All of them. I ended up taking one, I found one at home, and then the other two they trapped, and then of course the mama, she said by the springtime I could have had like 25, 30 kittens running around if we didn't get them.
Yep.
It's like, oh my gosh. What advice would you guys give to someone who was thinking about opening up their own business?
The one thing that I would say is that don't try and grow too fast.
Mm-hmm.
That was our big struggle. Like I said, we're kind of big dreamers, and it'll catch up to you fast, and it makes it really hard.
Yeah.
It's tough not to burn out when you're at that point.
Yeah, I can imagine. I mean, I'm in real estate, so it's kind of different, but when I was first getting started, you know, I was so hungry. I was like, oh my gosh, you know, I'm not really doing anything. I need to be doing more. And so I kept like doing all of these functions and pop bys and door knocking, and after a while I was just so exhausted. I think I had to take like a week at home just to kind of like calm down and relax and give myself time, you know, because when you're a small business, it is crucial to have, you time and self-care and take care of yourselves, because burnout is real.
Yeah,
Yeah.
definitely is.
Well, I think we are about it. Is there anything else you guys would like to share or talk about, or anything maybe the community could do more for you, or?
No, that just kind of goes back to the shopping local kind of thing. You know? You know, where with the days of Amazon, you get absolutely anything you want on the internet. You know, yes, it's cheaper, but shopping locally will have, you know, keeps the money in the community, which benefits everybody that, you know, is around. That's about it, is, you know, shopping local. And realizing that while it may be a little more expensive, it's going to come with better customer service and building relationships, helping your community.
And I'd have to say that because we are basically starting over, we have open spots.
Yeah.
Definitely can take on some work.
Well, I will of course put all your contact information in the video and you know, in the descriptions and stuff, but do you want to let people know where they can find you?
So for Alpha Dog Home Solutions, it's alphadog.repair. On Facebook, it's Alpha Dog Home Solutions. Got an Instagram page, it's, you know, all under the same name. Phone number 458-230-5077.
You may have to say mine too, because I don't know all the Instagram stuff.
Let's see, it's mitsmidwv.com for the website, and it's the same for Facebook and Instagram and all those. I don't remember the number off the top of my head.
541-435-7565. I know that one.
Yeah.
And I'll make sure that's all in there too, so people will know how to find you. Yeah. Well, thank you so much. I greatly appreciate it.
Sure.
You guys were amazing.
Thank you.
I hope that wasn't too bad.